Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we are diving into something that can honestly make or break your big senior design project, project management. It's that secret sauce that turns a great idea into an amazing final product, and we're going to show you exactly how to get it right.
Yeah, I know the feeling. You've got this huge design project on the horizon. The deadline feels like it's getting closer every single day, and it is so easy to feel completely swamped. You've got all these brilliant ideas swirling around in your head, but the big question is, how do you actually turn all that creative energy into a finished project you're proud of? Well, you might be surprised to hear this, but the skills you need are pretty much the exact same ones you'd use for planning something fun, like, say, a camping trip after your exams are all done. Seriously, stick with me here, because this little analogy is going to make everything fall into place.
Okay, so let's set the scene. Just picture this. A group of Year 12 students, maybe just like you and your friends, finally free from exams and absolutely ready for an adventure. Their project? To plan the most epic camping trip ever.
So here's their brief, right? The team is 5 students, the project is a camping trip. The main goal? Get out into nature, do some bushwalking. But almost immediately, they run into the same hurdles you'd face with any project. Where do we go? How are we going to get there? What's this all going to cost? And, the big one, how do we organize the whole thing? So after everybody did a little bit of research, they slammed right into a super common problem. They had way too much information. All these different websites, suggestions from friends, random ideas, but no actual plan. It was just this big, chaotic mess of possibilities. Does that sound familiar? Because this is right where the real management has to kick in. So how do you start to fight your way out of that chaos? Well, these students reached for a few simple but really powerful tools. And these are the same tools that are going to help you grab all those ideas swirling in your brain and put them on a clear, organized path. First on the list is the action plan. Now, this is basically just a fancy name for a structured brainstorm. You all get together, you map out every single little task that needs to be done, from the big stuff to the small stuff, and you write it all down. Just seeing it all in one place, that's your first step to feeling in control. The second tool is one you probably already have, a journal. And look, this is not for some formal, perfectly written essay. Think of it as your project's personal diary. It's the spot for those random 2 a.m. ideas, those rough little sketches, quick notes you jot down. It's where you track your thoughts as the project grows and changes. And this is why it's such a game changer. Your journal literally becomes the memory of your project. It's what catches those brilliant ideas that pop into your head. It documents why you made a certain decision a few weeks ago. It holds all your visual thinking. It really is the secret history of your entire design process. Okay, so the students have their ideas down on paper. They're getting organized. But ideas by themselves, they don't actually build a project, right? They need a real blueprint, a solid plan for managing the two most important resources you will ever have: your time and your money. So to manage their time, they used something called a Gantt chart. Now, it sounds kind of technical, but trust me, it's just a visual timeline for your project. It lists out every single task, who's in charge of it, and exactly when it needs to be done. It basically turns a boring to-do list into a clear visual roadmap. And check this out. This shows you exactly how it works. The camping crew laid out all their tasks, from researching spots all the way to finalizing the food plan. They assigned people to each job and set clear deadlines. With a chart like this, there's no confusion. Everybody knows exactly what they need to do and when, and nothing important gets forgotten. All right, so their schedule is looking good. But there is another huge factor that can totally make or break any project, whether it's a camping trip or your major design project. And that, of course, is the money. And this is where the finance plan comes in. It is simply a detailed breakdown of every single potential expense. This tool is absolutely vital because it keeps your big ambitions grounded in reality. It forces you to think through every single cost and makes sure you can actually afford to bring your vision to life. So for the camping trip, the students just made a simple spreadsheet. They listed everything: the estimated cost for gas, the food and water they'd need, any new gear they had to go out and buy, and even some cash for fun activities. And smartly, they noted what was free, like the campsite. This little plan meant no nasty financial surprises down the road. So we've seen how the students totally nailed their planning. Now it's your turn. Let's take that exact same logic and apply it directly to your senior design project. It all comes down to a really simple, repeatable process. And here's the most important thing to remember. Success in a really complex project, it's never an accident. Whether you're aiming for an A+ or an unforgettable camping trip, great outcomes don't just happen on their own. They are actively, carefully, and purposefully managed. And this is the engine that is going to drive your project forward. It's the core management loop. Step 1, you plan, using all the tools we just talked about. Step 2, you implement. You actually do the work. And step 3, and this is so important, you constantly evaluate. Are you on schedule? Are you on budget? Does the plan need a little tweak? This isn't a straight line. It's a cycle that keeps your project healthy and moving forward. Just look at this side by side. The connection is so obvious, isn't it? The camping trip's goal was a great holiday. Your goal is a fantastic final project. They planned research and budgets. You're going to plan research and source materials. The process is exactly the same, only the context is different. If you can master this, you can honestly manage any project that comes your way. So, as you get back to work on your own amazing project, I want to leave you with one final question. After seeing how these simple tools can bring order to chaos, which one are you going to add to your toolkit first? Will it be the journal, an action plan, maybe a Gantt chart? Just pick one, start using it today, and take control of your project's success.